Hello everyone, how are we doing today? It's another day. I am so excited to be here. I hope you're having a pleasant day. I am. The Lord is taking care of me. Anyway, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. To all my returning subscribers, many thanks. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for helping me grow. To those watching for the first time, thank you so much. This is a channel where we talk about life chapters, real life stories that could motivate you, that could inspire you, that could encourage you, So today I want to talk about a friend of mine who is so dear to my heart. I remembered a scenario that played out between me and her while we were in Abuja together. I served in Abuja some years ago and she was also doing the same. So I cannot fathom how she became a sister so quickly. I met her, and before I knew, she was like a sister to me. She loves me so much, and guess what? I love her more than she knows. So let me tell you what happened one day. I was living in Abuja. I wanted to travel to Benin to see my dad. So I bought a one-way ticket to Benin. So I planned to go by road to Benin from Abuja, and of course we all know the distance, about 5 to 6 hours. Then I don't know how it is now, but it can be crazy. So because I was serving, I wanted to manage what I had, so I got a one-way ticket to fly to Benin. So apparently I was going to use Big Joe Park, and the park is very close to where she lives. I used to live in Asoko Road then, and she lives at Utako, and Utako was very close to Big Joe. If you know Big Joe, if you know Abuja very well, you know what I'm talking about. So after work on Friday, I decided to pass the night at hers. So we spent the night together, we gisted, we ate, took some wine, and we're all happy. So I told her, please, first thing in the morning, you have to take me to the park, because I really wanted to leave early, so because if you leave early, the earlier you leave, the quicker you arrive. She just nodded her head and said, okay, no problem, I got you. Even though the park is not very far from her house, it's a walking distance, but because it was quite early, I didn't want to just walk alone. So it was morning and time to go. So we got in the car and we left the house. So, but as we were driving, I noticed that she wasn't going my direction. So I was like, babe, what's up? Where are you going? I'm traveling. I don't want to miss the first bus. She said, don't worry. I just want to pick up something quickly, Quickly landed me at the airport. I just want to pick up something quickly. Landed me at the airport, or rather landed us at the airport. I kept saying, what are we doing here? Apparently I've already missed the first bus. She said, don't worry. I was looking at her like a drama. So she got inside. You know what she went to do? She went to purchase me a ticket. She purchased me a ticket to Benin, and she came out and handed the ticket, the boarding pass, to me. I'm like, what's going on here? What's happening? But you never told me. She said, I don't have to tell you. I said, but I didn't even know what to say. I was dumbfounded. At the same time, I was so excited, and I was lost for words. This is what she does all the time. I was like, I wasn't expecting this. I didn't tell you I wanted to fly. She said, don't worry, going by road will be too stressful for you. I don't want you to stress. That singular word, I don't want you to stress, melted my heart. Melted my heart. Like, you have a friend that thinks for you. You have a friend that cares for you. You have a friend that knows what you feel, even without you saying it. You have a friend that hears what your heart is saying, even without you even talking. I was like, I just opened my arms wide and gave her a big tight hug. I was like, thank you so much. I was lost for words. I just kept saying, thank you. So I I boarded and it was really smooth. I arrived Benin earlier than planned. This event has been in my heart. I'm not going to forget it in a hurry. I'm actually saying this because she's one particular spectacular person, not just that event. There was another time where I was working in Maitama, Mississippi to be precise. I'm specifically calling these names because I know that people from Nigeria might watch this. And my office was at Mississippi, and she was at the other side of Maitama, Ghana Street to be precise. So if you know Mississippi very well, you know that it's strictly a residential area. But there are offices, but you will never know. And there's no eatery around because it's meant to be residential area. So some people turn their houses to offices, but you can't tell. So because it's a residential area, there's no eatery around, there's nowhere to buy food unless you have to drive out. Remember what I said, we were both serving, we were coppers. So at that time, any money you get, you want to be prudent with it, you don't want to spend too much. Abuja, it's expensive to live in already. So surprisingly, the first time she did it, she'll send a cabman to get me to bring lunch for me. Like I'll call her like, what's going on? I just received something. She won't even tell me. I just received the package. Yeah, Faith, I want you to have that lunch because I know there's no eatery around your office area, and I'm sure it's lunchtime. You must be hungry now. I'm like, oh my God, you again? And guess what? She was not only doing this to me. The first time it was just me, but when she got to know my colleagues, she started buying food for every one of us. She would send them every other day. She would send the cabman every other day to bring food for us. Why am I sharing this? It's not like I asked. She just think of the challenges that a friend of hers might be having and decide to bring solution and decide to show love. So because this is not something that we often do. Even I can say I'm guilty of that too. It's not something that we usually do. You can ask, then I will act. You understand? But just sitting down and thinking for the other person, like this trip is going to be stressful for her. She's going to sit down for hours. I don't think I want that for her. She's working in an area where you can barely find food to eat. She must be hungry now, and then she brings a solution. That is so specific. That's so specific. Only very few people get to do that. Only very few people get to see you when you are invincible. I love this friend of mine so much. If I'm calling her a friend, it's like I'm even hurting myself. I love this sister of mine so much. The reason why I decided to bring this is it's not just because she shows this love particularly to me. There was a particular year, I think some 3 years ago, it was her birthday, and I posted her on my status on WhatsApp. Guess what? A mutual friend of mine messaged me and said, who is this lady? Who is this babe? I said, why are you asking? Do you know her? She said, I'm asking because a certain number of people also posted her on my status, on their status, and they are saying wonderful, good things about her. I'm like, wow. I said, wow, yes, she's that good. She is that good. I've not been able to fault her in anything. I'm not saying nobody's perfect, but she's that good. She goes this extra length for you if she knows you and the people around you. This leads me to say, what's your other name behind your back? What do people say behind you? What do people call you behind you? Do they call you pleasant names? Or they just, when they hear your name, they're like, I beg, forget that one, Jerry. Is that the kind of person that you are? I'm asking myself the same question. What do people say about me when I am not there? When I am not there. This sister of mine is so sweet. There are countless of other things I can say about her, but I'm not just going to go on and on and on. I actually brought this here because I saw another post where someone said, do you see your friends when they are invisible? And that really kept me thinking. That was what actually brought this story or this scenario to my mind. I remembered vividly how this played out. And since then I've been loving her. Anytime I think about all the times that we spent together, I say a prayer for her. It's good to be good. The Bible said good name is better than riches. When you give, you stand a better chance of receiving. The Bible said, when you give, you receive, pressed down, shaken together, running over. See how many times you can get back. I remember countless times when we are together and we have to pay for something, and I'm like, don't even dare, I'm paying for this. And we have to struggle, we have to fight. And I jokingly tell her, oh, you don't want me to be blessed, Abby? You don't want me to be blessed? And then she's like, oh, that's not what I mean. And she's like, okay, just do what you want to do. Many times I have to fight with her before I can have my way to give her or pay for something for both of us. She's that sweet. I just want to encourage us today to, be a more better person to people. A lot of people are going through struggles. A lot of people are going through depression. Some people don't even want to ask because of fear of rejection. Or when you do for them, they hear it outside. Everyone around them get to know that you did this for them. Are people really comfortable around you? When people are down, do they think of you to call? When people are going through all manner of struggles and fear, do they call you? Do they think of you to talk to, to share their burden with? Apart from just seeing through what they are going through, even if they reach out to you, what do? Let's show love to people today. There's a lot of things, evil, actually going on in the world already. So I just wanted to bring this here as a reminder that we have to love the people around us. We have to love the people that we call our own, and even extend it to the people that we do not know, irrespective of how we feel. Love conquers everything. And remember, God first loved us. So once again, my name is Faith. I'm really grateful I'm able to do this. I'm going to personally send this to her because I don't want to mention her name here. She's going to be very shy. And I don't want you to steal my friend. Yes. That was on a lighter note. Anyway, this is it for today. I have a couple of other things to share from my last video, but I intentionally don't want to share it today so that this video is not too long. So I'm going to see you again next week, Sunday to be precise. Look out for this space. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.